Hey guys, Joe here again from the review crew, joined as always by
Mike.
Mikey, try not to look at the screen.
Yeah, don't look. Avert your eyes. Stop looking.
I don't know how to read.
Freaking Amazon. So today we're watching season 2, episode 1 of The Expanse.
Yes.
It's definitely gonna be a good one.
Yes.
You know, I'm excited for you guys to get to see it. I swear, you better.
I'm not looking.
Ground.
I'm looking at the
Nope,
camera.
you know.
I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at the camera. I swear to God.
Well, before there's any spoilers, I think we'll just get right into it. We're
Yeah.
coming hot off of episode 10.
Yep.
And they were like, we need to watch another episode right now. You can't leave it like that.
Yeah. Guess I
Without
might as well
further
jump
ado,
right into this one.
count me down.
3, 2,
1.
1. Woo! That was a war going on.
This is literally Starship Troopers.
Oh, the weapons are in their armor.
They got power armor.
It's a right arm gun. You see that?
She just headbutt a missile.
Oh.
That's a big gun. Woo!
What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
Oh.
What?
Rockets that are targeted.
Yo, that's sick.
That's cool.
Tango's down. We are in this crater.
3-4 Olympus, 612. Your best score's down by almost 3 minutes.
Oh,
Good
it's
work,
a
Gunny.
training course.
Just like in the
Turn to
simulations.
You waited to...
You're shipping out. Rumor is you're heading to Phoebe Station, so say your goodbyes and kiss your mommies. It's gonna be a long trip.
PB station.
So, flashback?
Maybe, or they're going to investigate what happened.
How many terraformers are family owned anyway? All of them.
Mm-hmm.
MMC, baby.
Martian Marine Corps.
Yep.
In 100 years, it's gonna look like that.
Yeesh.
Other than being blasted by 50 times the lethal limit of radiation, you're doing surprisingly well. You'll develop.
That's a lot of radiation.
Use. That'd be.
Why is she coughing?
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, is he
Oh,
hallucinating?
he's got to be hallucinating. Or are they going to kill off the whole cast on episode 1?
No.
That's a nightmare, alright. What's in the safe?
Go. I got this.
I'm not going anywhere.
It's because you missed this. The days when we work on a chord, just the two of us. Not having to say 10 words together all day.
So they work together.
And they're doing it out in space, that way if it's a
Okay.
contamination thing,
That's a cryogenic
they can just
chamber.
eject it.
I think maybe you want to space us. Whether we test positive or not. Give him your arm and shut your mouth.
He looks cleaner.
He cut his hair, kinda. Or just washed his hair. Took a shower.
Yeah, he definitely looks cleaner.
Couldn't have made it without you. Thanks for the lift. And the cancer.
They have cancer now. It's time to take anti-cancer meds for the rest of their life. Just like Julie did.
What's in the box?
What's it look like?
Go.
Is it goo? Probably goo. Oh yeah, it's goo.
Shit. Don't listen to what people say. Just watch what they do.
I love the use of drones.
Hello?
Oh, little drones around it.
Hello? Hold on, I can't hear you.
Oh, I saw. What the fuck?
Yeesh!
Secure. We have Archangel. Archangel was not on the vehicle.
They went for her, but she didn't go on it 'cause she was trying to answer the
Got a
call.
molecule, sir. Phoebe was an extrasolar object, trapped by Saturn's gravity eons ago. What if it were merely a delivery system? A way to send a protomolecule to our
That's
solar
why it
system.
orbits differently.
Yes,
It begs the
because it
question
was
sent by
trapped by the gravity.
It's not
And
an actual
why?
orbital
Moon.
body.
Yeah.
Did he just say what I think he said?
He said extrasolar object.
First,
Was I right about aliens?
terrestrial life.
We're gonna find out.
It's just more fucking death.
Hey, you still got a beat on that signal that you guys intercepted leaving arrows? Huh?
I was joking.
Maybe they they already know that you picked up their scent. We're not going.
Hey, you haven't been confirmed yet. Calm down.
They just said it.
That's right.
They said
Nobody asked you, no
it
Nick.
came from outside the solar system.
And it could be.
And
it could be alien.
And it's feeding on something. It's some sort of
On the end of a torpedo and we fire it into the sky.
sentient life.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Hang on. What?
Well, I'm not keeping it on the Rossi. I won't take that risk. I sure as heck don't want to share a bunk with that. Hell no.
Then we'll hide it.
Where?
Strap it to the hull.
No one knows we have it. No one even knows.
Oh,
we
they
made
strap it to a
ourselves.
rock, come back to it like the
They'll be
spaceship.
safe.
There's an idea.
She fighting a robot?
That's what it seems like.
My parents had to sacrifice to have a kid on Earth. Immigrate here when I was 5. We chose Mars. Mars chose us.
Here's a point, Hillman. The only thing that makes you a Martian is falling out of your mother's gravity well. Sisters you have. I lost count at 40.
Travis can't hide from Earth by putting on that Martian armor. His bones are all wrong from growing up in full G.
Landing on Phoebe Station.
Looks like the gunship that they're
Securing
in.
the facility until we get a science team in.
They're probably
for a deeper
standardized, yeah.
investigation.
Same
After
set.
Phoebe went silent.
Every one of the bodies was frozen to the walls of the ice tunnels. It looks like they were incinerated. It's possible there was a
Fire, frozen, and then burned.
all of the
What secret mission is she gonna get?
I know we will not be led into war on anyone's leash. Half the Earth's fleet was headed to Mars to annihilate its former colony. If they couldn't have what we built, they were going to pound it back into dust to make sure that that war never happens.
And because of Vesta, we pushed back the terraforming project. 50 years and 50 more. All those resources to the military. Now, none of us will live to see an atmosphere over Mars.
That was the price.
But it's still worth fighting for.
Down there.
Damn, like, I love Morris's background a lot.
They got
So did you fully understand what they said?
They got into a war, so they had to push back their terraforming capabilities.
Because they had to defend what was theirs.
Yes. Otherwise, there's nothing to defend.
Well, that depends.
And nothing to terraform.
It's a real Britain and, you know, colonies kind of thing.
And sending a UN warship to a meaningless outpost like Phoebe will just draw more attention to it.
If you want a weapon system,
Are they sending a UN warship while there's an Earth, a Mars warship
sell
going?
the UN on a story, make it stick.
What?
Mars ship is going in there while a UN ship's
Mars
going.
and
No.
Earth may be busy pointing guns
He's
at
saying
each other,
he
but those
doesn't want
quarantine
to, but
beacons
Jules
won't keep
Pierre Mel
people
said
away
he
from
should.
arrows forever.
This was Julie's spot. Far from the house. Where no one could find her.
Your house is in the back.
Yeah, you can see it from the
But you
front
could
steps.
find her
To procreate, I'm sorry.
You would procreate ever again?
In the Navy.
No cancer though, so.
I never want to see another one of me running around anyway, so. Hated, I think I'm gonna go check out this famous coffee machine you keep talking about.
He really loves his coffee.
If you and I have something we need to get sorted out, we should get to that.
What?
Oh, when he shot his buddy.
You're upset about that, right? I had nothing against him. I thought he was a decent guy. Decent guy? Yeah. Do you think he would have got off arrows without him? No. But he wasn't a good enough friend to wait for you. No. Simi was right. It was stupid to wait. But Naomi made the call. End of story for me. And when your pop pulled a gun, might as well shot himself. All right, here's what I see, okay? You seem kind of like
Oh, they're having an interaction.
to me. So let me lay it on the table for you. All right? You shot my friend. Like some street rat. So, if you need to square up, you know where I am. Otherwise, you should move on because you're poisoning the air on.
Oh.
Yo. The eyes, man.
Earth versus Belter Bones, right?
Stay down, Miller.
You have cancer almost, Miller. Don't do it. Oh.
Not the green table.
Amos, no! Amos! Amos, stop!
Naomi's like, I didn't just save this man for you to kill him.
Come in.
So we also just saw a failed assassination attempt on her.
Yeah. And there's a drone sitting outside her
But
window.
was
You
it
see that?
actually an assassination attempt, or was it a fake assassination attempt?
Intel says it was the Black Sky faction of the OPA. They caught wind of an assassination plot. An occupational hazard in my family.
Mars does not want war. They want to get back to terraforming and building domes for their people. Sir, if we de-escalate, I am convinced that they will respond in kind.
And erode our position if Mars decides not to give peace a chance. Sir, we're the most powerful nation in the system. We need to act like that.
Pride isn't power.
Madam, do you concur?
Oh.
So this is the first time we actually see the secretary, like the head of state.
I do.
Oh no, she's being led astray, but she's playing it to see what they want.
Redeploy the fleet.
Because he's the secretary, Sadavir's the undersecretary, and she's the deputy undersecretary.
So she's the third.
Yes.
Just organizing all my stuff here. And I realized I don't have any stuff.
Thing with you and Amos.
Pretty sure he's not your fella, right?
Amos is different.
Yeah.
I like the camera work here.
Very different. But he's not crazy and he's not evil. He's just always needed someone to help him out with the world.
I only saw her that one time.
Were you
What's
right,
the
Mike?
connection?
After they'd already killed her.
Mike was not right.
What's their connection?
He's just obsessed with
Spent
his
a lifetime watching all the evil
target.
shit people did to each other. I wake up some nights and I see her standing right there. I know it's bullshit, but she's right there. She takes my hand, she tells me, you belong with me.
You in love with her? Have you thought?
Why would Earth suddenly care about Phoebe Station?
I was right.
Must
They're
be
gonna both
something
go to
there
the
they don't want us
place
to
at the same
find.
time.
But command was unequivocal. Under no circumstances are we to allow Phoebe to fall under UN control.
Oh no! First war. This is gonna escalate everything.
And they're trigger happy, like they're ready.
Who's gonna stop them mountains
Martian?
and define Martian dust? So the rains fall hard on Olympus Mons. Who are we? I can't hear you. Who are we?
Oh my god!
This is already.
She's a freaking warrior, man.
Yeah. She got the eyes for it too.
I'm being set up. When my investigation dead ends, I'll make an excellent scapegoat.
Who are the players?
He bet her hook.
Undersecretary Enright.
Best friend's mom. Ask me proud.
I think all that radiation failed to give me superpowers.
Usually when we're in dangerous situations, you hide your nerves by asking weird, inappropriate questions.
So, do you like space gladiator movies?
They spend an awful lot of time together.
I want to watch a Space Gladiator movie. Is he dying? Passing out?
No.
Hey, Holden, you might just went dead. Hold.
Can you hear me through the mask?
Is that right?
Yeah.
This is
Amos is like, hey, why's your mics off, guys?
This is OPA words if I've ever heard them.
the only ones with a chance to stop it. Tell me that you're okay.
I'm okay.
Pretty romantic right now.
Oop, a little too much to the left.
I hope this blue goo doesn't go anywhere.
Wow, wow, wow.
Oh, Mikey's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I hate the writing here. Why do they gotta do this?
The camera off.
That's really close to the purge button. I don't like that.
Oh
is just standing
no! Oh no!
Amos, no, don't look! Don't look!
Amos, please don't be Amos! I wanted it to happen, but he's gonna go berserk.
Oh crap!
Hey, they're going.
What the hell?
It's a ground operation. Why are we firing missiles?
Commander, you forgot to check with us first, Private.
Here goes the war. The war's kicking off.
My God, they've done it.
Not yet. It takes two to play war. That doesn't sound like a first
He looks
strike
familiar.
to me. The missiles are a message to back off.
And his voice sounds.
Nothing
I think
more.
he was in Man with the Iron Fist.
Of the Hill knows what's at stake. He's a man of restraint. He's one of our finest.
You know Captain Yevgeny?
Since he was a little know-it-all at the academy debating me in philosophy, let this saber rattling play out.
We'll hold until we hear from the Hail.
She just showed her true hand.
Mercy on us
Yeah.
all.
But not entirely.
Well, but she had thrown her hat in the ring for Sadovir, but now.
Exceptional man.
Yes.
She's a good diplomat.
But she may have just found a new ally because he covered her lie.
Yeah. The Admiral, who in the beginning always was pushing for
Is the level-headed guy.
He's always like, guys,
Yeah.
wait, chill.
Their missiles were not intended for us.
Nice.
I repeat. The Martians were targeting Phoebe Research Station, which sustained multiple direct hits, lately gone.
He's not happy about that, is
No,
he?
he is happy about that.
Oh, he is. He wanted that to happen. Because now his
They hit anything.
Cool.
Is there a hint of blue
Contractor is
energy?
Protogen, Phoebe Research Station. Protogen is the company that what's her face's Julie Mal's dad owns.
Is it? Or
Yeah.
Okay, it's kind of an emergency. So, listen, I'm thinking to myself, how often do we all just hang out together and just talk, you know, without work? No, without work. Hey, listen.
Lasagna.
Voila.
Lasagna.
Sit down.
As soon as you pulled the tray out, one tray, I was like, it's fucking lasagna.
How'd you do that?
We had
Or like how they have an all that just pan.
No, I remember the time on stage when there was real cheese.
They busted that black market cur cartel on 9th level.
Real cheddar from real cows.
Damn, they had cheese in the street for weeks. I remember that.
I busted that cartel. Craziest thing though, whole shipment disappeared from the evidence lockup. That thing.
Oh, it just vanished.
Yeah, the security camera shorted out.
Oh, he's accepted him finally because he's over it.
He's
extending the peace.
This guy wants to know, what is the plan for catching these dubious, nefarious cheese thieves? So he's there, he's tearing us a new one. Meanwhile, William stinks like cheese farts.
I think I know that go.
Look, Gunny, we got an intel flash. The Hale was carrying 10 times our number. We weren't going to send you down to a slaughter.
One of us is worth 20 of them. You said our job is to prevent a war with Earth. Ever wonder if we've got it backwards?
She wants war too.
Maybe we can't have the dream of Mars until we've had that war.
She's mad there wasn't actual combat.
And that was her superior officer too, you know?
That was a lot of actually answers and questions in the same episode.
Well, you got your wish from
Yeah.
end of season. I want to know more about Mars. Well, you got your Mars
I
episode.
was also right with my not Julie, I'm sorry.
James Holden and Naomi.
Both actually, technically. Because what's his face? Miller says, you know, I see her every night and I need her. He was in love with her.
Yeah.
I think he's obsessed with her.
I think he was in love with her.
How can he be in love with her if he doesn't know her?
He might. Well, he didn't.
Man. People fall in love over
Yeah.
the internet.
Yeah, man, that's the thing.
But you have someone you're talking to. If you don't... Loving someone who's never talked to you is an obsession.
Hey, Miller's an awesome character. Show him the respect he deserves, okay?
Stop it, Mike.
There's a question mark at the end of that, so you weren't 100% certain. Obviously, a big thing here is we get to meet Gunny.
Okay, we met Gunny.
Right?
What's her name? Gunny. Gunny's the Martian.
Well, that is her nickname.
We love nicknames.
They actually don't say their name, but on their uniform you can see it says Draper.
Yeah.
It's probably Gunny Draper or something.
No, Gunny is her position.
Gunnery Sergeant.
Yes. So they call her Gunny.
Oh, I got it now.
Mikey, you play the most war games out of us and don't know military ranks.
Come on.
So we're getting into this. We get Martians. Martian Marines are going to Phoebe's the same time that the UN Nathan Hale is going to Phoebe's. We find out
the Nathan Hale is only going there because
Martians are.
They're going there.
Mr. Meow is trying to cover up Phoebe Station, which panned out. Both people got their objectives in that meeting.
But the people not involved in the plot on Earth, basically everybody except for the secretary or the undersecretary. I'm sorry, think it's Mars is going to take Phoebe Station as a base to operate out of. But when they see them fire the missiles, that causes a little tension. We'll get to that. We find out in this episode Mars would actually be terraformed to the extent they want to be.
If they didn't have that risk of military,
they didn't have to build a defense for this. Basically.
Yeah.
So they had to, like the U.S. Quickly.
The UN.
U.S.
He's saying like historically.
Yeah, historically. Like how the U.S. had to quickly, weaponize to defend itself.
Militarize
as a colony, defend itself. Mars did the same thing, and even extended to be past the military capability of the original place they came from, because Mars is known to be advanced military and everything.
So they became a militaristic civilization.
When all they wanted to be was a utopian civilization.
Yes, but it was to make sure that
parallel
they didn't lose Mars.
Right.
So we found out it's also Amos and Naomi worked together on the ship. On the Scopuli, they worked together. Actually, they weren't just friends, or they just know each other.
Not on the Scopuli.
Yeah, they said that
on the Cant.
No, I'm sorry, they can't. Why did I say Scopuli?
Allegedly on the Cant. They could have been pre-Cant.
Oh yeah.
It seemed like
it goes back a while.
Because you also know they worked on the Cant for like 5 to 10 years or something.
So that
I think it's like 5 years.
They've got history, and we got the history of why they're together.
And, it might not even be romantic, and maybe like a mother.
I don't think it's at all romantic. I think Miller even points that out. Like it's not a romantic relationship.
Son. It's like a mom.
No,
he's like a 200-pound
Naomi
son.
even compares that she is to Amos as Julie is to Miller.
Right.
Yeah, like
Yes, your guiding star, I think, is what he says.
We saw Ava Saraja survive a assassination attempt this episode.
That wasn't actually an assassination attempt. At least that's what she says she believes.
She thinks it was supposed
That's
to
what
be
I said, I believe. I don't know about
you did say... Well, she alludes to that when she's speaking to the spy.
It's a way to scare her into like, oh no, like I need to hide now.
Or maybe they want to control her security detail. Also, which is what that guy came there to do, and then she was like, "I'm going to
put her under fucking
what they specifically did, or what it appears to have been done, is Sadavir. She mentions it that he doesn't want her to go to the meeting, and imagine she hadn't.
Yeah,
if she hadn't, war would have started.
Sadavir knows
she just prevented war, straight up.
Yeah,
she did.
She played her hand until the end.
And just like the ship that Gunny is on, he was like, cooler heads prevailed.
Right.
And cooler heads prevailed once again to prevent war.
And it said, so we also learned that the proto-molecule affects everybody differently a little bit. It said to an extent.
They did really, they very vaguely said that, yeah.
But, I don't have a mic that I can drop. Mic drop. Alien species, technically. Even if it's a molecule, bacteria, whatever, it's a microorganism, it's still considered an alien.
Well, because it's not from the solar system.
So technically, the protomolecule, which I called in the first season at one point, like really early on, I was like, what if there's aliens? And I was joking.
I mean, it is a sci-fi show, so anything is possible.
But then at some point, when we got to the protomolecule, when we saw the goo, I was like, what if it's a bioorganic material, alien type thing
blue goo
that they found on Phoebe? And I was like, okay, Phoebe rotates backwards, and I didn't mention it. Somebody in the previous video comments will probably mention it when that gets posted. That Phoebe rotates because it's not orbital body that's normal. It's from a different place. which is crazy. Which aliens, woo!
Plus another important thing is that the crew of the Rocinante now know of a location that they picked for the proto-molecule.
So they can bring whoever they want there.
Or prevent it from anyone getting it, hypothetically. They also stored it in a missile.
Yeah, in an asteroid field.
Yeah.
Another thing that...
Stop it, lightning and thunder.
Another thing was we got to see Miller and Amos hash it out.
I don't know how much hashing out there was. It was Amos pretty much being like, I will murder you.
And he was literally on his deathbed already.
Amos, but see, here's the thing. Amos was an adult in the fact that he went up to Miller and was like, if we need to hash it out, let's hash it out.
Don't just stare at me.
And Miller punched him, and then Amos bodied him and almost killed him, and Naomi stopped him. But then we see that once dinner time comes around, Amos rather could have continued the hostility, but was like, which may be a sign of respect to the fact that Miller did punch him. Because Amos seems like the type of brute force type of guy where even though Miller was at a disadvantage coming out of rehabilitation, he still swung on him to defend the honor of friendship.
There seems like a level of respect there. From
Amos, it might not be, they might not like each other, but there is a
respect.
Level. Yeah.
I think that's a good catch.
We found out the name of another faction within the OPA this episode as well.
The Night Sky?
Black Sky.
Black
Sky faction, which was blamed for the bombing, but probably did not do it.
Probably not.
But that's another faction to remember to a certain extent. We also, like I said earlier, we learned that Miller sees Julie to a certain extent.
I mean, we kind of saw that.
Yeah.
You know?
But it was, he acknowledges that, like, he even says, he's like, it's not right.
She sees him. But she saw him with the hat on and the bird at the end of episode 9. Or beginning in episode 9. She sees Miller when he comes to the door. Julie does.
Yeah, that did happen.
I don't remember.
Right before she dies.
Or if she didn't see him actually, she's like basically hallucinated him.
Yeah. So what does that mean? Does that mean something regarding? Remember with how that protomolecule dust went inside Kenzo's like that?
Yeah.
Does that relate to that potentially? How like
does Miller have a single proto-molecule that allows him to talk to Julie, the All-Mother?
Well, I think you would see it progressing. Plus, we currently know no one on the Rocinante is infected. They've all been cleared.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, well, they didn't clear...
Well, they cleared their blood. They didn't clear their ear cavity.
Yeah.
They've all been cleared of contamination.
We learned also about Kutyar, I believe his name was. Security for Christian. She's trying to hire him. It's her son,
a spy.
Best friend, a spy.
I don't know about best friend, but like her son, someone from that was relevant until her son's death.
A third party that she can trust that nobody knows about. Mm-hmm. That also could be her bodyguard because she mentioned how he does.
It seemed like she was aiming to put him in another camp because of like why would you hire a spy onto your team? You would put a spy into someone else's team.
Yeah, she's probably putting them onto like. She's probably trying to put him into the undersecretary's team.
Sadavir.
We also learned about Captain Yevgeny. I don't know how relative he is beyond the fact that what's that? Besides the fact that
he's the captain.
Yeah, Christian lied about him knowing him.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I guess the academy rector guy
was like, "Oh, me too."
Was like, well, the guy that he was getting a drink when she was making her drink.
Oh, the admiral.
And he was like. He didn't go to academy.
Yeah.
But, like, why would he know that and nobody else? So I assume he has something to do with, like, the academy? I'm making an assumption here.
Well, assuming he's an admiral, so you can assume he knows everyone else in the game.
But there's other admirals at that table.
There's one other admiral at that table.
Who didn't call her out.
No, but you don't know specifically... or actually, they don't even say... I don't even think they say his name. But the other guy who's like gung-ho, like, we need to defend what's ours, you know?
He had the, I can never pronounce it, Nguyen name. It's a very common Vietnamese name.
When?
Yeah. That was on his name tag.
Gotcha, yeah, so...
We also, why did Mars kill Phoebe Station? Why?
They don't specifically say. I mean, Bobby kind of makes a reference to it. They just destroyed whatever Earth wanted.
I think I think it was a way to avoid war because since they were both going there, and Mars intended to drop pods with infantry, the UN would have then dropped pods with infantry.
And they
so
had
instead,
more.
they just blew up the station, and were like, it's better to avoid war because the admiral of the Mars Marine Navy was like, we're trying to avoid war.
It was the ultimate dad move. Like, imagine Mikey and I are fighting, and it's like, no, it's mine, and you're like, no, it's mine, you can't have it.
And I
And
just throw it in the trash.
and then
I'm
you
like,
set
well,
it on fire. Yeah.
Yes.
If you can have it. But I think that's actually a good spot to end this discussion.
Yeah, no, a lot happened in
A
this.
lot happens in this, and we can only keep moving forward as hostilities between Mars and Earth, sort of
escalate.
The Belters seem, and OPA, whatnot, besides the one blamed assassination attempt, seem to take a little bit of a backseat for the season, as we know now that they're not, the real, reason why this is happening, and we start to develop to learn more about this secret, military plan with Juliet Mao. What's his name?
Joel Pierre Meow.
Joel Pierre Meow.
Mr. Meow.
With her dad. They're going to be very interesting to see how this develops, especially if at any point it does escalate into a full-scale war. Because they get very close.
Yeah, I mean, clearly Gunny's ready.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's only one way for us to find out is to continue. So I guess we'll be signing off. I'm Mikey.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Mike.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and take care.
Season 2.
Woo, Season 2.